start. Sorry, I can't take myself seriously. I woke up this morning super hungover and decided to film a video. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Joy. I'm an aspiring writer, a really amateur book vlogger. A little bit of a life update since my last video. I am now unemployed. I used to work in publishing, but due to the nature of my book, due to the nature of my job, it was a conflict of interest for me to stay where I was, and now now I'm literally unemployed. This is a disaster! But I feel like something I want to try doing is like waking up around 10 or something and working, writing, doing content, because in this day and age, even as a writer, you really have to know how to market yourself and your book. So something I'm also working on is developing and sustaining this YouTube channel, working on a newsletter, working on TikToks, Instagram Reels, all that fun stuff.
Do you see how that's incredibly offensive?
Yes, I do. That's why I said it.
So quick update before we get into the video. Like I said, I'm unemployed. I'm in the querying trenches. They're called the trenches for a reason. I've also started drafting this very new project I'm working on, kind of like a little bit of a snippet. It's dark academia, romantasy, witches, all my favorite things. I'm trying this like zero draft approach. I've seen some other booktubers talk about it where they just start writing the story without really an outline. I've kind of done something similar to that. I have fleshed out certain things I need to know, like some backstory stuff, some world building stuff, some characterization, character arcs, all that. Actually, instead of trying to do an outline, I'm just writing as I go. So what I'm going to end up doing is for every chapter I write, I'll write a chapter by chapter summary, which is something I did in my old publishing job. And I'm going to send that outline to a friend of mine, a critique partner of mine who really just knows, she's such a good editor and I adore her. Send her the outline while I kind of finesse the manuscript on my own, and we'll see what happens from there. Stay tuned for that, and let's get to the point of this video today. The current project I'm querying is a new adult college romance. It's academic rivals to lovers, it's slow burn. Without saying too much about it, I'm really excited to kind of showcase some memes I think are funny that encapsulate the relationship between the protagonist and the love interest. Let's get started. Okay, this one is funny because my main character I think of as sort of like a black cat. I feel like she gives off black cat vibes. And the love interest is not necessarily a golden retriever either, but he's someone who is like, doing amazing, sweetie. He's a lover boy with Riz. So this is something that I think he would send her to make her laugh. Like, say she's having a morning where they're not together and he just wants something to make her smile and roll her eyes. Again, the love interest is a lover boy. He's got a lot of Riz. He just says things like this because he knows it'll make her smile. I have definitely said lover boy 75 times in the filming of this video. Not all of them are gonna make it, but this is giving lover boy, lover girl energy. This is the kind of dynamic I wish we saw more of in romance novels, honestly. Like, I think getting the guy's perspective and he's all macho, masculine, arrogant, cocky, yeah, that works for some people, but also give me like the bad boy who's super down on his knees for her. Think of Vinny from the Jersey Shore in that video where he is like, you don't bring wine to a water fight.
Morning. Oh! Are you kidding me?
Not wine.
Wine? You don't bring wine to a water fight.
And is like knocking down the door for his girl.
Nikki, go away. I didn't mean to.
That's the kind of character I think my love interest is. This will make sense when you read the book. Just trust me. Just trust me. Again, lover boy, love interest who's constantly reassuring the protagonist that yes, he's obsessed with her. Yes, he's in love with her. Part of the reason I'm choosing some of these memes is because I want this kind of energy from a guy. Boys out there, hit me up. Don't hit me up. No, stay far, far away from me. As I'm going through these memes, I'm starting to think some of these are made for me and what I want. I will not say that the protagonist of my novel is me. It's not an autobiography. She has certain tendencies I have, but she is very, very different from me. We just want the same things.
And
This isn't necessarily between the love interest and the protagonist. It has something to do with the love interest and the protagonist. Let's circle back to this when I get an agent, when I get a book deal. Again, I don't know if this necessarily is the energy of the protagonist and the love interest in my story. Like I said, she sort of gives Black Cat energy, but not like a full Black Cat. One of my favorite fictional ships of all time is Jude Duarte and Carden Greenbrier. And that is definitely, their dynamic is definitely this meme to a T. And it's something I wanted to accomplish in my novel, might not necessarily have gotten there to that level of yearning, angst. Oh, all the great things that came from Jordan.
Why are you the way that you are?
Yes. This definitely captures the dynamic of my protagonist and her love interest. I can't wait for you to read some of their banter scenes. I had fun writing them. My critique partners and beta readers had fun reading them. This is not to toot my own horn, but when you love a trope so much, rivals to lovers, enemies to lovers, writing interactions that feature that trope, literal chef's kiss. As a certified yapper, something I definitely try to do in this book is not let my protagonist yap to the point where it gets boring, but I do feel like my lover boy love interest would definitely give her this reaction if she does.
I pledge allegiance!
I feel like all fictional ships, all real relationships should definitely have elements of this. You need someone who gives you best friend energy. Like, you want to talk to them all the time. You want to be with them all the time. Distance really does make the heart grow fonder. You need someone who makes you laugh on the days where you're really depressed and also knows what's pushing boundaries. Like, is this a laughing moment? Is this a moment where I get you chocolate, rub your feet, give you a massage, give you a bubble bath? Like, someone who just innately knows you. And even if it takes like a while for them to learn you, they want to learn. Loves you a little extra on the days you need it most. Like, where's my love interest? This is like my favorite tweet of all time. Like, it not even for the fact that I do think it gives my protagonist and love interest energy, but just because I think it's hilarious. This is definitely the energy for my protagonist. She is a messy girl, and we love her for it. She gives Devi Vishwakumar vibes.
Why did we think we could pull this off? Eleanor, push me down the stairs, and then I'll go to the hospital and I'll hide.
So if you love someone who objectively is really smart, but also makes really dumb decisions, you're gonna be a fan of my book, I think. I wouldn't say that the love interest ever says this to her, but I could totally see her justifying her actions in her head to fit the energy of this tweet. And you know what? Yes, some of these tweets are aimed at me, but my protagonist is not me. She is not my mini me. She is not the embodiment of me. We just have similar taste. I had to include it because it doesn't necessarily, this is not the dialogue they would say to each other, but this is the kind of interaction they would have with each other that, you know, only you have with someone who is your best friend, who makes you laugh and loves you a little most on the days you need it. I love red, white, and royal blue. You can't quite see it. I have the collector's edition and the standard edition. The movie, chef's kiss. Cannot wait for the sequel. Casey McQuiston really did their big one with this. And a lot of the memes I see from the movie, from the book, I'm sorry, Alex and Henry, you kind of give vibes. Not sorry, actually. Alex and Henry are a masterpiece, and my character and her love interest, I can only hope, will reach the same level of iconicness. The way my Black Cat protagonist, and you know what? Now that I've said it so much, I sort of do feel like she's a Black Cat. This is something that she would say in like an alternate universe or fan fiction prompt, or if I ever had the opportunity to write like just their daily lives and them being stupidly, fondly in love with each other. You know what? Something that's kind of funny is that I've like heard of my coupled up friends kind of just talking about how, you know, sometimes you get so close to that person, or sometimes you just feel so comfortable, you do the randomest shit like biting each other. I mean, if I had a boyfriend at the moment, I would. This is real lover boy, real Riz, real down bad yearning. I think every guy who has a crush on me, I think every guy should have a crush on me. I think all boyfriends should have this Spotify Wrapped. This should be a national monument. This should be hung up next to the Mona Lisa. Just saying. So that's all my memes for today. This was pretty fun. I really feel like I learned a lot about my characters when I was going through this. I think you guys are going to learn a lot about the characters and hopefully get really excited to read them. Like I said, I'm still in the query trenches, but I'm holding out hope. Filming this video has stopped me from obsessively checking over my email inbox to see if I've gotten any more responses. I hope to do something again like this sometimes. It's hard to come up with video ideas that feel new and fresh and unique, but sometimes all you have to do is a reaction video. And if you want another reaction video, check out this stupid video I made of me reacting to the Last of Us memes on Tumblr and Twitter before I'd even seen the show. Like and subscribe. If you want to read some of my writing, I'm going to be posting a newsletter soon. It'll be launching. I just want to get a few more subscribers before I start doing it. Come back for the next one. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and below in the caption, you'll see that I included some links to some causes I think are really important for us to follow, share, donate, contribute to. But for now, goodbye. I'll see you next time.